we are bumping up our knowledge on compound inequalities today. Still the same learning target that you can graph. We did that yesterday. Now we're going to do write, and we're also going to do solving compound inequalities. So we got two things that we're dealing with today. We're going to write and solve. Now, actively writing is more going to be geared towards tomorrow, but we are going to get pre-exposed to it today. This is the general formula for writing compound inequalities. For an OR statement, you say x is less than the left number or bigger than the right number. So when I'm looking at it, I'm saying, okay, what's my left number? My left number is -6. So I say x is less than -6, or x is bigger than my right number. My right number is 0. Are any of them colored in? It kind of looks like 0 might be colored in, so I'll underline it. So we got to keep that in mind as well. Is it going to be colored in or not?
Oh, I know what you're doing.
Yep.
It's kind of like the same thing.
So another thing that you could do is just write it right away when you know it's an OR statement. You could say x is less than something or x is bigger than something, and then determine if you need to color it in. So I see x is less than -1 here, and x is, I did try to color that in. I tried so hard, so be nice. X is bigger than or equal to 8 on the other one. You see my strategy, what I did? X is less than the left number, or x is bigger than the right number. Oh no, but look at this one. I don't have a left or a right number. You just make it a left and a right number. So I say x is less than the left number, or x is bigger than the right number. Well, the left number would be 1, and the right number would be 1. X is less than 1, or x is bigger than 1. Okay, and statements. X is smushed in between. I always know that. X is smushed in between. You're going to have a number is less than x, which is less than another number. So left number is less than x, which is less than the right number.
Yeah, what can you do with those boxes?
Sure. Oh, I would. The boxes are awesome because it keeps your mind on track. Like, this is what I'm going to do. I just got to fill in the box. So you got to memorize, though, that the inequality symbols look like that. You have to memorize that. That the inequality symbols, you should have the number is less than x, which is less than another number. That's how you say it.
And then you MDNF it, right?
Not yet. No, you only MDNF when you're solving inequalities. And we're not solving, we're just writing a graph. So my left number here is -6. So I say -6 is less than x, which is less than my right number, which is 9. Again, I can fill in my box. A number is less than x, which is less than another number. Well, it's not it yet. Oh wait, look at, what did I do wrong in this top one?
You didn't put the little lines.
Yeah, thanks. I forgot the little lines they colored in. They got colored in. They don't mean the same thing. Okay, so what's my left number on the second one?
-10.
-10. -10 is less than x, which is less than what? 2. Line under it. Yep.
That's it.
Good. Yeah. It's hard though.
Not really.
Yeah, huh?
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
it's so hard.
Again, this isn't our homework yet. This is more tomorrow stuff. It's a pre-exposure. Yep. A box is less than x, which is less than another box. Fill it in. So it looks like 0 is my left number. It's colored in. 8 is my right number. It's colored in. this is where your notes are really handy because although I see almost 100% mastery or I'm hearing 100% mastery, it's different when you get home and try to do it. Referencing your notes, this section right here, actually all along here, is probably all you're going to need. And then just see what I did to solve. So that will help refresh your memory. I want you to take a minute and write something on the left-hand side. All right, we are moving on to solving compound inequalities. And this is the last concept of this lesson. It just gets advanced. So we got to be careful, and we got to take our time, and we got to understand our algebra steps. So solving OR statements. You solve both inequalities separately. It's like you're solving two equations. It's like you're getting gypped. One problem you got to solve twice. What the heck, right? Okay, so that's what you do. OR statements, you solve each one separately. AND statements, you move what is by the x to both sides. Because remember, algebra is about being balanced and equal. And what you do to one thing, you need to do to the other, except now with compound inequalities, there's two sides. So you got to keep that balance and do it to both sides. I'll show you an example. Since I'm talking about ands, I might as well do the ands, okay? So this is -2 is less than x, which is, well, let me say that one more time. -2 is less than x minus 5, which is less than 7. I got to move this -5. How do I do it? Plus 5. Now I'm used to plussing 5 like this, but I'm not balanced, right? Because I have to do it to the other side as well. -2 plus 5 is 3, is less than x, which is less than 12. That's how you do it. So the only difference is now you have to take care of it on the left-hand side too. Usually we only get it to two sides. The biggest thing is you want to do it to however many sides you have. This is actually the most amount of sides you'll ever have. Yeah. Ooh, a two-stepper in here. What's the first thing I need to do? Add 3. Do it. Everybody add 3. We're going to add 3 to all sides. Don't watch me. Do it yourself. Okay? Algebra should be very independently driven. It should be fluent, like a dance. Now I have 8 is less than 2x, which is less than 11. I picked a bad number. That's okay. I don't like to usually expose you guys to fractions in the first round, but it is what it is. Now, how do I move this 2? Divide. Well, I got to divide everything by 2 now. And I get 4 is less than x, which is less than 11 halves, or 5.5. Okay? So that's ands. When you solve and compounds, you do two sides. So you're actually adding or subtracting or multiplying or dividing to 3 times, to 3 things. Okay, OR statements, nothing new. It's just doing 2 separate problems. So I deal with it kind of like a T-chart. X is less than, or x minus 3 is bigger than -2, or, and I kind of write the or down here, x minus 9 is less than -20. Add 3, add 3. X is bigger than what? 1. Okay, I'm done with that one. Now I have another one. I'm going to add 9, add 9. What's that, -11? X is less than -11. There's my final answer. So my OR statements, I create that little T-chart and just solve them both separately. Uh-oh, I got MD and F. I see MD and FN written all over this thing. Because I divided by a -3. So I know that I'm going to have to, Don't forget, I always do that, or. I have to multiply by -3. Don't fidget. If I multiply by a negative, I'm MDNFing it, so it actually becomes x is less than +6. Now I'm going to add 12, add 12. X is bigger than 13. Be careful for MDNFing. Be so, so careful. So ors you do separately, ands you do together.